This is the plaintiff, Sohail Nasseri. He says he went to the defendant, a so-called dentist, for veneers for his front teeth. And 3 months later, one of them broke when he bit into a radish while on a trip to Germany. When he complained to the defendant, the guy told him he shouldn't have eaten the radish. Huh? He's suing for $1,150, the amount he spent at the bogus dentist. This is the defendant, Alex Rabichev. He says he warned the plaintiff to stay away from hard foods because he had front teeth veneers. When he cracked one, he got it fixed in Germany, then demanded his money back. But he wanted to keep the veneers in his mouth. Well, he's sorry, but if the tooth remains in your mouth, the money remains in his pocket. He's accused of making chintzy choppers.
Okay. Sohail Nasseri, you are suing Dr. Alex Rabichev, your dentist, for $1,150 in damages that you say you sustained. You want your money back for a veneer that Dr. Rabichev put on your teeth that you say didn't last. Talk to me.
Exactly right. Good morning, Judge Milian. The background is that as I was a kid, these two teeth were chipped, the two front teeth. And in 2000, year 2000, I had porcelain veneers put in, and they lasted until this past year in the spring.
That's sort of a good run, isn't it, for porcelain veneers?
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay.
So on March 26th...
Why don't you go back to that doctor?
The price.
Okay.
They cost over $2,000. That particular doctor also became well-known and has been on TV, and so the price goes up to...
Yeah.
So on March 26th, I was at my brother's apartment, and one of those veneers broke while I was eating an olive with a pit. And at that time, I had coincidentally already had an appointment with Dr. Rabichev for a cleaning because I had received a Valpak coupon in the mail, where he advertised a cleaning, an x-ray, and full dental exam for $95. And we already had an appointment on March 29th, 3 days following my porcelain veneer breaking.
Okay.
And between the 26th, when the tooth broke, and half the veneer was left on the tooth. In that case.
So what'd you do for those 3 days?
It was...
Stayed in a lot?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Right, exactly. All right, so then you get there, and you talk to him about replacing the veneer.
Well, when he said, what you need is a new porcelain veneer, I said, well, I'm in the process of deciding who does the veneer. How much would you charge? And he said $1,150. I said, $1,150, that's an excellent price. Some of the other guys are $2,000 per tooth. I said, how often do you do porcelain veneers? Per month. And he said, what kind of question is that? I do them all the time. And I said, now, if we do it for $1,150, it's not going to be some poor, inferior quality porcelain veneer. I'm not stupid if other guys are charging $2,000 and you're, but he, at that.
In retrospect. Right? In retrospect.
You pay for the fancy offices that they have so I didn't know, and I trusted him. He said, as for the quality, you can expect that it would be actually better than my previous veneers because in the last 12 years, since the last ones, there's been innovations, and you can expect it to be. Okay,
so he does the veneer, and it's just one tooth, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then you end up going to Germany when?
I went to Germany at the end of April.
All right, and you're there for how long?
For 3 and for 4 months.
Okay, what were you doing there?
I live in Germany and New York.
Oh, okay. What do you do?
In Berlin. I'm a concert pianist.
Lovely. All right, so when you're in Germany, in what month do you have the problem?
On July 23rd, approximately, I was eating a radish, a white radish, and the tooth fell out of my mouth on the dinner table with my girlfriend.
It just
sitting
never
across
ends,
from
does
me.
it? New girlfriend or old girlfriend?
3 years and 3.5 years.
All right, so it's not like totally humiliating or, all right. Okay.
No. So
now you get it taken care of in July in Germany, right?
Well, not in July. For 3 weeks, I walked around looking like a pirate with with a dark gap here with the half tooth.
Right.
because I called him, of course, and he said, well, when you get back to New York, come in and I'll help you out. In the meantime, you could go to a dentist over there and they could put it back. Or I could have waited until I got back to New York.
But what did you do? You went to another dentist there. Was there a bill for that dentist or no?
No, ma'am. It was a
friend.
By
All right, so then you get back to America and you go to see the doctor and you say to him, I now have a glued together veneer and I want to replace it.
Yes, I came into him on September 13th.
And did he agree to replace it for you?
No, he thought that it was in fine condition as it was.
Now I need you to come on up and I need to take a look at your tooth.
Okay.
Okay, which one is it? That's just my vision. That's not the crack. I should see a crack or no?
No, ma'am.
Right, because it looks good. Okay, whether it is good is a different question, but it looks good. Okay, now you brought some dental. Yes, you brought dental floss because you want to show me something.
Yes.
What are you going to show me?
I'm going to show you that even though it looks good, it's cutting my gum right up here because it's sharp edge over there.
Okay, how's the floss going to show me that though?
Well, this is how one would normally floss. You go in.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
It just comes in and out.
Yeah.
But over here.
It gets stuck. Oh, okay. All righty. Okay, can you take your stuff with you and go back? All right, Dr. Rabichev, how are you?
All right, very good.
Okay, talk to me. Tell me your side of all this stuff.
All right, on March 29, the patient appeared with a broken laminate. So he started asking kind of too many questions about that, and I've been
What's
practicing.
too many questions?
I mean, how many of those I did, and
Why is
what's
that too
my
many
experience.
questions? That's a guy's mouth. He wants to make sure you've been
I've been practicing for
there.
35 years, and obviously I've done a lot of those things, but that's fine.
Okay, how many of these do you do a month?
Month average, I would say 5,
Okay.
7, depending on what people can
Yeah,
do.
it depends on what someone needs. I know.
course.
You've been doing 5 a month, let's say an average of 5 a month for how many years?
For 35.
Okay, so you've been doing it since you became a dentist. Okay. Now, this particular porcelain, was it porcelain or some other
That's porcelain.
aggregate? Okay. All right, so he comes back and he tells you, do you have any reason to doubt that the tooth cracked in Germany?
A lot of them.
You doubt it cracked?
I doubted crack. I didn't see that.
Did he came in to see you in September, right, after he came home from Germany?
Right.
When he came to see you, what did he say he wanted?
He said exactly the story, that he was in Germany and he found, by the way, he said he was looking for a dentist. He said he met his dentist friend who re-cemented that laminate back.
Do you have anything from the friend, an email or an affidavit or anything?
Yes.
Okay. And now, so he wanted you to do what?
He said that he wanted to have it redone. I said, fine, but we had to inform him about some kind of consequences, which can be, let's say, just removing the well-cemented laminate is kind of traumatic for that tooth.
You just can't keep messing with the tooth.
Right.
And, okay.
So I said, if you want, I'm going to go for that, but you have to sign that you've been informed of negative consequences first. Okay. Second, I said, if something happens to that laminate within that period of time, I stand for that as my guarantee, and I'll have it redone.
Okay. And he decided what?
And it's not like decided, he has that he wanted that laminate to stay and also to have us pay him. First, he started with full refund, and then he started negotiating with partial refund. And his main point was that I'm a poor musician and I need money.
I need what?
I need money.
I need money. Okay, let me just ask you a question, though. So he says to you, look, you say to him, my policy is I'll replace it, but you need to understand that if I replace it, that's more trauma to your tooth and that may not be good. And then he says, okay, so don't replace it, but give me my money back?
Exactly, don't replace it. I want to stay like that with that laminate on my tooth, and I want my money back. When I said no, he said at least part of it.
Okay. Is it accurate that the doctor said, okay, I'll redo it for you, but you have to understand there's risks involved in doing that?
He strongly advised not to redo the laminate. His first reaction from me returning was to be very upset.
Okay.
And he said, he said, what do you want me to do? It looks fine. He disputed, as he just did right now, that it was even broken. I have a letter from a dentist from yesterday, and that one there, and my girlfriend all agree that it was broken.
Are you going to get this redone?
I don't want him to redo it.
Well, that's clear, but
Yeah,
you don't want it redone.
I would like it redone, please. It's too white, and it looks weird, and it's sticking, and my gums are bleeding up there, and it feels a little bit weird in the back.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Would you feel comfortable asking a dentist about his competency? Like, how many times have you done veneers?
Yes, absolutely. Why not?
You would do it?
Yes, definitely.
No embarrassment.
I would totally want to know before I went into my dentist how much experience he's had.
Have you ever asked a question like that?
Well, you know, if I was a professional dentist, I would want someone to ask me. You know, it's just common questions.
You don't think you'd be insulted?
No, not at all.
And if they're insulted, tough luck. Going inside the courtroom.
Is it accurate as he claims, because it sounds like you're agreeing that it's accurate, that he offered to redo it, but he was so adamant that that shouldn't happen that you chose not to redo it?
The adamancy was to the extent of where that I would not characterize it as an offer to redo it. He was saying everything to get me to leave the office. He said, why don't you come back another time when it falls off and breaks, you know?
How does one take that tooth off? What, like, is there some solvent you guys use? How do you get
It has to be drilled off.
Drilled off.
Yeah, so it's a lot of trauma to the tooth, to the nerve. That's why I did not suggest
Well,
that.
what's he supposed to do, Dr. Rabichev, when the thing cracks, and you do agree that something that's cracked is probably not going to last as long as something that's not cracked? I mean...
First of all, we always warn the patient that they have to stay away from chewing on any kind of hard food because it's a restoration, and actually it's an exact replica of our own teeth, and the same way as we break our own teeth when we bite on anything hard, inadvertently, or like he
I mean, he wasn't biting a tree bark; he was biting a radish. You know?
He was biting on radishes and carrots. That's what he said. And I said, didn't I tell you that, you know, you have to stay away from that because, you know, people...
Yeah, but, you know, most porcelain veneers, you know, pretty much people eat whatever.
No,
right?
they pretty much stay.
People eat whatever.
They stay for
people eat whatever.
For
radishes,
years.
carrots, people just, you know, caramel apples, things that they shouldn't, but they do. And, I mean, caramel apples are bad for any tooth, you know. What we do know is that, you know, it was done in March, and then it cracks in a few months. And you have a contract with your patients. You say to them, you have a 1-year warranty. Is that what you say? So if something bad happens, I'll redo it. Right. And then he comes in and he says, something bad happened. Now it's a different color, and then you say to him, oh, no, there's a lot of danger, there's a lot of this, there's a lot of that. And then now he doesn't trust you that much anymore. And now he doesn't really want you to redo it. He wants to redo it with somebody else. And you say, oh, well, he's not supposed to be eating hard food. But I know that's not true because I have porcelain veneers. And I know that every dentist will say to you, don't eat hard foods. You should never eat hard foods. Like, we all shouldn't eat hard foods because, you know, teeth are teeth. They're not, you know, I get it and stuff. But people who have porcelain veneers pretty much go about their business and eat food. They eat carrots and they eat radishes. You know, the guy wasn't like gnawing on my bench, you know. So I don't know. I don't know that that's something. And either way, you still should be honoring the warranty. If it cracks, even if it's his radish fault that it cracks, you should just be changing the tooth if that's what the man wants. And the man went in there in September thinking that's what he was going to get until you started telling him no. And now he's all right. No, I don't want you to do it. I'm going to order you to return the money. $1,150 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Judge.
Well, the patient gets his money back, and the dentist comes out here on the losing end of Judge Million's decision. Step right over next to me. What's your reaction to losing this case that way?
I think it's not the right way to solve this case.
So you're in there fighting for, is this about money for you or about your reputation as a dentist?
Reputation and principle, sure.
And so you think you come out here, how do you think you look now?
I don't think I look much worse, but I hope.
Oh. All right, good luck. Right down that way. All right, so come on in here. All right, you get your money back for your tooth. Satisfied how this went?
I'm grateful to Judge Million.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did the tooth ever bother you during a concert?
Well, I played a concert without the tooth, so it was...
Are you concentrating on the keys?
I look like a pirate.
Is the thought in your head the whole time, I have no tooth? Or?
Well, when I'm smiling at the audience afterwards, that's when...
Not cool.
No.
All right. Harvey?
I want to go back to what we talked to these guys about, which is that, you know, this dentist was way off base. If you're getting something done that's important, you should ask how many times the dentist or doctor has done it. And if they get offended, you should move on. They're not the right person. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.